welcome back to another one. Today we're doing something a bit weird here. We are reassembling these bio-ammo hulls. If you don't know, these are compostable, biodegradable, whatever you want to call it. But the entire case is biodegradable. The hull tube is, as is the base wad. The wad that came out of these had number 6 steel, completely biodegradable. Now, this being a steel 6 at, I think the speed was 1300, if I remember right. I don't know, but might make a nice dove shell here. 2 3/4, obviously. 30 grams is ounce and a 16th, which is what was in here. But yeah, we are reassembling these. These aren't really skived per se. They are about like an unskived hull, but I mean, as you can see, they re-crimp pretty well. That is just off the press, no BN2 yet. I put together one of these and figured, hey, let's make a quick video, why not? So, what we're going with is, well, unfortunately, it's really hard to get these in the United States. This is a clay and game out of the UK fiber shot cup here, not really a wad because it has no gas seal. I am trimming 1/4 inch off this. This is for a 3.5 inch hull, but you're supposed to use stuff like blue dot and steel, high volume, not very dense dusts, you know what I mean, that take up a lot of room. So really this is a 3-inch wad length, but intended for 3.5 inch. I don't remember what millimeter these are, but they are really cool nonetheless. You can see how thick these are, and it is intended for steel shot. I don't know about tungsten TSS, but they are rated for steel. We have fired a whole bunch of these, and they hold up just fine. They do disintegrate after you shoot them, but as far as puncture, they don't. Even through like a full choke in a 12 or a 10, pellets like 2s, 3s, even BB, they will not puncture the wad. We did shoot some triple B through them, and the wad we recovered after that also looked just fine. You could tell it was almost ready to puncture, but it didn't. So that might be something you guys that have these want to keep in mind. Larger steel pellets may puncture these. For a cushion, a 1/4 inch 20 gauge felt wad. And if I didn't mention it, we are trimming 1/4 inch off this for a 2 3/4 hull with this. A very dense, low volume dust. For the gas seal, we are using a 70 thou Maxi Nitro card, and that's all this is besides the number 3 steel I am using. Looks like I need to empty my primer compartment out here. It's getting quite full in it. But this is a once fired bio ammo hull here. And guys, to be honest, these are a little bit tough to resize. On a Lee load-all, usually shells are really easy to resize. This one's a bit stiff. If you guys have done any of these on a mech or a Pontus Warren or something like that, let me know how resizing goes, because I'd imagine through Josh's Herder's Model 6, which is a basically mech 700, I'd imagine these would be really hard to come off, because sometimes even low brass hulls like these AA compression forms here, they get stuck on his press for whatever reason. And we have set it up 10,000 different ways. Sometimes these are a little bit sticky to come off the resizing ring. Anyways, this is just going to be a quick video. I am using 28.5 here. You know what I mean. And then again, 70 thou Maxi Nitro card. Trimming this shot cup off by 1/4 inch, a 1/4 inch 20 gauge felt wad, 7/8 ounce of 3 steels. That's all this is. I'll do that off camera just to save time. I'm just more or less seeing how these hulls reassemble, and then we'll shoot them at the range to see how the longevity of this hull is. I wouldn't imagine this would last but maybe 2-3 more firings before it starts to split. If you don't know, these are made out of maize, which is corn hulls. Okay, so these start off at 48 millimeters. I trimmed it down to basically 39, so just remove 10 millimeters, 9 or 10, you should be good to go if you have these. So I went with a 2-petal cut full slit. The 20 gauge 1/4 inch felt wad is in there, and this will hold 7/8 ounce of number 3 steel flush with the shot cup. Here is the stack height. You can see all of the shot is inside the shot cup. You can maybe go to, I don't know, 0.9192, close to 15/16 anyway. And that's all it'll hold, but I'm just doing 7/8 ounce here. Now, I do want to mention this is not a published recipe, so do this at your own discretion. I'm just basing this off of a published recipe that uses a TPS wad, backing down the charge by an entire grain, and the published one is 10,200 psi at 1500 fps. Excuse me. I'm hoping for around 1400, but it could be lower because this is straight fiber, aside from, the felt, but still, that's organic, sort of. I guess in a roundabout way, everything on this planet's organic, if you want to look at it like that. But, I don't know, guys. Again, this is not published. Use at your own discretion. And right here's the one I just did. That is straight off the press. These kind of go together about like a paper hull does. A little bit tougher to work with. A lot harder than plastic anyway. But I'll hit these with the BN2 now. Give them a taper, and we'll see how they look. Although, they already kind of have a taper on them. They don't really need it, but we'll do it anyway. Alright, here's the end result. Not the prettiest thing in the world. The BN2 kind of made a score line on it right there, but yeah, they look pretty good. These kind of look like a paper hull after you hit those with the BN2, which makes sense. This is an organic matter. Again, corn and paper is obviously paper, so kind of similar, I guess. Score line's a little weird. I did use WD-40 for these. Man, that is a tight crimp. I usually don't like them that tight, but I just hit them for a quick second, and it, gave it that hard of a taper. Interesting. Anyways, we'll shoot these at the range for you guys and just see how they do, and I'll put them back together again and see how long they last. I don't imagine they'd last very long, but I don't know, guys. That's going to end this one here. We'll see you in the next one.